When you meet with these world leaders, you know, you travel around the different countries, what do you discuss with them?
Oh, what do I discuss with them?
What do you tell them?
Well, look, I'm not going out to try to convert them.
No.
I am going because in many countries I have found you can't get in there with a religious message that you want to get to their people unless you have been approved at the top. Mm-hmm. Really, my whole purpose in going to the heads of state is to establish myself so that I can get into the country and get the gospel message into the country to the lay people in that country. When I am talking with a king, a president, a prime minister, or an emperor, and there have been two, one is now dead, but I had 2 meetings with him. Now, the Bible is concerned in its history with government up to the time of the Acts of the Apostles. The Bible is concerned through its prophecies about world events clear up into our time and past. The Bible is concerned about these things. And I talk to them about those things and about the things that are of interest to them. I don't go in and say, have you given your heart to the Lord? Wouldn't that be silly if I would go into the Emperor of Japan that is worshipped as a very God himself and say something like that? And yet I spent about 35 minutes with the Emperor of Japan, and the only man allowed to go in with me was the United States ambassador. But I have been decorated with the highest decoration ever given to a non-official alien, someone who was non-Japanese and not official. They gave 1 point higher a decoration to President Eisenhower. But, of course, he had been head of all of the victorious armies, and he had been president of the United States. Whereas I have had no political headship of any kind, and hope I never shall, and I'm quite sure I never shall. But that may answer the question of what I talk to them about. And by the way, I do nothing to set up these meetings myself. I am invited. I only go where I'm invited. And now I have a number of very close friends in the Japanese Diet. There are now about 13 or 14 of them, and all of them call themselves my Japanese sons. They're kind of proud of that. It's got to be sort of a joke that we have, you know. And first there were 8, and then some others said, well, I want in on that. I want to be one of your Japanese sons. And we enjoy it. They are arranging now for me to have special meetings with the 2 men that are the heads of the People's Republic of China.
In this crazy world, some of these people have been deposed that you know, these leaders.
Oh, yes.
How do you feel about that? I suppose some of them were your friends. And,
well, I just take that in stride because I know what is going on in the world, and I'm not surprised. Some of them have died, and some have been deposed, and one, for example, one was shot in the very room where I had the interview, and was shot many times, and that was Allende. He was communist, you know.
Yeah.
And incidentally, there seems now to be evidence that the CIA of the United States pretty well maneuvered that assassination.